Morning, Professor.
Morning. So I think that we should start for our special lecture for today. Today, this is our greeting and great honors of Biomedical Engineering, Rangsit University, that we have the special guest lecturer from Sirat Hospital. This is the Associate Professor, Dr. Cherdchai Nopmaneejumruslers. He is the Associate Professor in Respiratory Medicine, Deputy Dean for Service Innovation and Organization Value. Associate Professor Cherdchai Nopmaneejumruslers received his training in medicine and diploma Thai Board of Respiratory Medicine in 2000 at Sirat Hospital, Mahidol University, Bangkok, Thailand, and research and clinical fellow in respiratory at Toronto General Hospital, Ontario, Canada, and certificate fellowship in sleep medicine, Toronto General Hospital in 2003, and executive MBA at Sassin Graduate Institute of Business Administration of Chulalongkorn University in 2016. Associate Professor Cherdchai Nopmaneejumruslers is a Vice Hospital Director at the first and biggest hospital in the country with 2,200 beds, Sirat Hospital, Bangkok, Thailand. He has more than 20 years in quality improvement and promotes lean organization experience. Through supporting and facilitating lean routine to research or R2R methodology and health economic and decision model analysis. He has been certified Lean Six Sigma Green Belt since 2010 and Thai Quality Award Assessor of Thailand Productivity Institute from 2011 to 2019. He was also assigned as Asian Productivity Organization or APO Technical Expert Service on lean management in hospitals and healthcare systems in 2011. He is a course coordinator, health economic analyst for the Master of Science in Clinical Epidemiology Thai certificate and has been working as a project leader in R2R Thailand project to promote research conduction to improve hospital services. In 2016, he was appointed as a co-learning council member of Center for Healthcare Innovation, Singapore, and Foundation Committee for the Health Intervention and Technology Assessment Program, Thailand, and the chair of Academic Working Group selects topic for evaluation to develop asset to benefits in the national health security system, and working group on public health economics to define the type and scope of public health service. Recently, in 2020, he was appointed as a chairman working group on development of rare disease healthcare services, Thailand. Please welcome Associate Professor Dr. Cherdchai Nopmaneejumruslers. Please welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your introduction. Good morning, everyone. Today is my great honor to share with you about our Lean Smart Hospital project. I cannot share the slide. Could you please allow me to share my presentation, please?
Okay, we're working on it.
Okay. Can you see my slide?
Yes, we
Excuse
can.
me, everyone. Okay.
Yes,
So,
it is.
yes, I would like to firstly introduce our hospital. Sirat Hospital is the biggest hospital in Thailand. It's the first hospital in Thailand as well. We have 2,000 beds and serve outpatient is about 3.8 million outpatient visit per year. So, and also have more than 16,000 staff in the hospital. So it's quite busy and complicated in the hospital. That's why we have to reorganize using the technology to manage the system more efficient to serve the patient. I would like to give you more idea about the healthcare system in Thailand. In 2002, in Thailand have the National Health Security Act that all Thai citizens must be insured under government health insurance scheme. So that means almost 100% of Thai population will be insured by these three schemes. The first one is the biggest one in the Universal Coverage Scheme called UCS. 73% of Thai people will be under this scheme. And the second one is the Social Security Scheme is about 19%. And the Civil Servant Medical Benefit Scheme for the government employee is about 8%. So that means 100% of Thai people will be insured under these three schemes. However, the future trend in healthcare across the globe found that healthcare industry is about 9 trillion million industry and increasing demand in the future. And the demand in the future will be go to the preventive care that we predict that it's gonna reach 415 billion by 2031, with the compound average growth rate is about 9.7%, and go to the self-care and holistic wellness, which is predicted to reach 8.47 trillion by 2027. So we move from cure the disease to prevent the disease. And the digital health tech funding growth significantly over the past 5 years because of the aging population. And we expected that around the world, the aging population will go up from 761 million in 2021 to 1.6 billion in 2050. And the digital health predict to reach about 275 billion in 2031. So we look beyond care to people well-being. So this is the trend of the future in healthcare. When we look at the healthcare challenges in Thailand, we expected that in 2032, aging population in Thailand will make up 29% of the population. And over the past 60 years, we found that the average life expectancy of Thai people is increasing by 4.4 months per year. And the life expectancy of Thai born in 2016 is estimated to be between 80 to 98 years old. And what happens if we have the more aging population? This is the data from Sirat Hospital. We look back the 5-year data and found that once the patient get older, they visit Sirat Hospital quite often, from 6 times per year to almost every month when we get older. That means more people will get sick and go to the hospital too often, so it's going to cause congestion in the outpatient. When they admitted, they're going to stay a little bit longer because the length of stay of inpatient will be longer based on the age, correlation with the age, from 5 days to almost 10 days. And the cost is also higher. This is outpatient, but charge per visit is going to be higher correlation with the age of the patient. When they admit in the hospital, the cost going to be triple compared to the younger age. So the TDI did the simulation about the healthcare cost in Thailand, they found that the healthcare costs will be increased threefold or triple by the year 2032 to be like a 1.4 to 1.8 million baht, trillion baht. And this model found that the average growth going to be about 6.6% per year. More interestingly, the birth rate in Thailand decreasing significantly from the highest rate is 1.2 million per year, go down to 500,000 per year in 2022. And in 2022, we have the death rate go higher than the birth rate, the first time in the history of Thailand. So that means the number of Thai population will be smaller, but when it get older, and they can more resources of healthcare needed in the future. So what we are facing is that the demand of the healthcare will be increasing from the aging population, but the supply side, in terms of the budget, in terms of the healthcare personnel, may not increase at the same speed as the demand. So we're gonna have a big challenges in the future. Another big problem is climate change. In the data from the literature found that the healthcare system are responsible for 4 to 5% of the emission of greenhouse gas worldwide. From what? From transportation, from service like a pharmaceutical and chemical product and waste management. And the biggest one is the electricity that we use, whether or not we use the green electricity or we still use the electricity that generated by the carbon or the fossil, so that can increase or cause the carbon in the environment. They have the data from New England Journal found that the microplastic and nanoplastic in atheroma and cardiovascular event, they published in March 2024. They found that in 304 patients who have the atherosclerosis at the carotid artery plaque, and they found that polyethylene or microplastic detected in the carotid plaque in human about 58%. And the patient who have the carotid plaque and have the nanoplastic in there have higher risk for primary endpoint, which is the death rate or mortality, and is significantly with the p-value less than 0.05. So it's significant. So that is something very serious that the microplastic now can go into human, because when the microplastic go to the sea, the fish eat the microplastic and the human eat the fish that have the microplastic in the muscle. So that's going to be a very big challenges in healthcare in the future as well. So in summary, the healthcare challenges have the aging population, medical staff shortage, and rising consumer expectation, and growing financial burden, and climate change. However, our age, we have the disruptive technology that conversion bring up together. How can we use this disruptive technology to cope with all the challenges that I mentioned before? The first one is the Internet of Medical Things. So right now, most of everything can connect to the internet. For example, in our body, we can have like a smartphone to connect in the internet, or smartwatch, or even ring. In the future, the cloth can link to the internet. The sock can link in the internet. So when the data can come easily from the Internet of Medical Things, they will go to the cloud computing, and the big data will have the AI to predict and to analyze and give us the information to manage. And with augmented reality and virtual reality, we can use this to healthcare, for education, for treating the patient, even the automation, blockchain technology. When all these things connect together with the 5G technology, we can change the world, change the way we deliver care to the patient to cope with the challenges that I mentioned before. For example, genomic. Right now, the genome sequencing is progressing and faster and much cheaper than before. You can imagine if we have the genome sequencing for everyone, and then with the IoT devices such as the CGMS, this is a glucose monitoring that have the nano needle that attach to your body. They can collect your blood sugar every 5 minutes, and then you can monitor your heart rate or blood pressure along the day. And with all this data, you can use the AI to predict that, or with your gene, you eat something, you take a picture, and the AI will determine what kind of food that you take and how much calorie on average on that food. So you can have the AI to say that over the past weeks, with your gene, you take some kind of food that increase your blood sugar. If you take another kind of food, but the blood sugar is not doesn't go up very fast, and your heart rate and your step that you walk, how many hours that you sleep, and how how long that you stay in the PM 2.5 for too long. So all this data, we can predict that what kind of disease that you're going to get in the future. So we can do the personalized prevention, and if you get sick, we can do the personalized treatment to see that, to show you that this kind of medication will benefit to you, but for other medication may not, because based on the data that we have from your genes, from your activity. So this is going to be the future of healthcare. And right now, a lot of medical, for example, this is the medication for the inhaler for the like a COPD patient or asthma patient. We can monitor the compliance of the patient by using the IoT device. Every time the patient press or use this aerosol inhaler, they're gonna send the IoT the data to the cloud and then count how many times that they puff, they use this kind of treatment. So we don't depend on the memory of the patient anymore, because the doctor can monitor the compliance of the patient, or even the patient can monitor the compliance, because sometimes they forget. This is also the exciting thing, that the medication for schizophrenia patient, the problem is we don't know exactly that the schizophrenia, the patient, they take the medication. This is a new medication called Abilify My Sight. Once the patient take the pill and the pill go down to the stomach and have the reaction with the acid in the stomach, they're gonna send the signal to the receptor and tell the doctor that the patient already take the medication and the medication already go into the stomach. So with IoT device, we can monitor the compliance of the patient effectively. When we look at the Human Genome Project in 1990, it cost about $2.7 billion for just only one genome sequencing, and it takes 10 years to do this. But right now, the cost is just only 1,000 US dollar, and it takes only 3 to 4 hours to do that. And if you know the gene, you can do the personalized treatment, such as like Angelina Jolie. She found that she have the gene, the chromosome, like BRCA1 and BRCA2. So that means she's gonna get cancer all the time life, all her life, almost 80%. So they can prevention of make a decision what they can do with that. And the technology about the gene editing with the CRISPR-Cas9, so that means we can edit the gene, the abnormal gene, and replace it with the correct gene. So some of the disease will get cured, especially for genetic disease. For example, it's sickle cell anemia. It's the disease that have the abnormal in the red blood cell chief, so the patient can get anemia and then might die very young age. It's just because the have the mutant hemoglobin DNA, just only single abnormal. So that means if we can change, edit, and replace the correct one, and the patient can be cured from the disease. The technique is like something like this. You just use the mRNA to find the abnormal gene and then replace with the correct one. It's like if you have the Microsoft Word, you print the word, the wrong word, and you want to replace it, you just click find the abnormal one and then replace with the correct one, something like that. So that's going to change the way we treat the patient in the future. However, all this knowledge, we need the AI or this digital technology to read, to interpret more faster than just human.
Fill in the remaining gap, leaving both strands with the correct.
The up-to-date one is the disease we call spinal muscular atrophy, or SMA. It's an abnormal gene, the mutation in SMN1 gene. So right now we have the medication called Zolgensma. We can gene therapy to the patient. The patient will be cured from the disease. But with this treatment, we have to treat early. For example, 2 years old after they get born. So we need to do the DNA testing in every kid that who are potentially have the disease. We can do the gene editing before they get older. But the cost is quite expensive. Another one is like iPS cell. Professor Shinya Yamanaka in Kyoto University, they get the Nobel Prize that they can isolate the cell from patient in the mature cell and then reprogramming using some kind of media to reverse the stem cell to the young cell, and then that we can produce the organ that we needed in the future. The initial one is like using the iPS cell to generate the isolate cell. This is for diabetes patient, and then put it in the capsule like this, and then put it in the subcutaneous tissue for diabetic type 1 patient. That means it's going to be like a prosthetic isolate cell. So when the patient have the sugar level is getting high, they're going to stimulate the beta cell and then generate the insulin. So no need for injection. So this is a new technology as well. So right now they test to the animal, to the patient in the small group, and the results show significant promising that they can generate the protein that treat the patient with diabetes. So the emerging of AI will change the way we treat the patient, or even we do the research for medication. For example, this is the AlphaFold 3 that announced in May 9. We found that the AI model from AlphaFold 3 capable of accurately predicting the structure and interaction of various biomolecules, including protein, DNA, RNA, and ligand, potentially to revolutionize scientific research and drug discovery. For example, in this video, you can show that with the protein structure, the AI predict in the color, in the clean color, but the actual one is the gray one. You can see that they can predict exactly protein structure compared to the real one. It's also the same that they predict in the color, but when the scientists test, the real one is pretty much the same that the AI predicted. So that means we can predict in the computer to see which kind of medication will work for certain kind of disease. This is the one that the AI predict that the halicin gonna be the new medication for drug resistant for like an antibiotic. So right now the halicin gonna study in the human. We're gonna waiting for the result that we're gonna have the new antibiotic for drug resistant. And this is also the AI predict that if we use remdesivir combined with the IQ1S, this can kill COVID 100%. So with this information, the scientists gonna use this combined to test in the animal and human. So right now, I think everyone gonna familiar with the ChatGPT. It is large language model that can use for free and also register for minimum amount of the cost that everyone can access to that. This is something very interesting. I used test the use of the ChatGPT 4.0 with the prompt. We call it tree of thought. I asked the ChatGPT to behave like a tree specialist to answer this patient problem. So I copy the case in the New England Journal, which is the sophisticated case, and ask the ChatGPT that you act as a tree expert to give me the idea what the problem of this patient to see how they do this. The case is very complicated. Like I have a problem related to a 49 years old woman with a lot of conscious and thrombocytopenia, that means the platelet is very low, and the patient have very complicated, like they unconscious, they have the COVID 4 weeks ago on a physical examination, they have the platelet very low number, and we do a lot of things and then give all this information and ask ChatGPT to answer this. He said that if I am the hematologist, I think that this patient have this kind of disease. If I have a neurological specialist, I think this is going to be the disease. And if I am the ID guy, and I think this is going to be the complication from the COVID-19. And then they discuss together, and the expert change their mind that, oh, I still think that the hematologic disease is the first probability. And another specialist, when they discuss together, the probability of the ID is going to be lower. And they finalize at the end that after the discussion of three specialists, they rank the solution in order. Like the first one is a hematologic disease, and the final diagnosis is the TTP. We call thrombocytopenic purpura, TTP. So I checked with the New England Journal. In the journal, they correctly identify the disease as a thrombocytopenic purpura. So this is very interesting that how can we use this kind of technology to help or standardize the doctor around the world when they see the patient. So this cannot replace the doctor, but might help the doctor to diagnose and treat sophisticated disease. And the AI will get better because a lot of doctor will treat like a fine tuning, train them and monitor, and then make them smarter. At the moment, our staff, Dr. Birit, he's a doctor, but he right now do the PhD at the King College in London and develop what we call preceptor AI for Thai doctor. They use the textbook from Thai context, especially for the disease in Thailand, like a dengue fever or leptospirosis that may not common in the northern in the western country. So we fine-tuning and training more data about Thai disease, and then it's for free for Thai doctor at the moment to use to test, especially for the emergency doctor when they have the cases that may not familiar with. They can ask the preceptor AI and give them the suggestion. So right now the AI have a lot more tool, like a Claude Opus, 3 Opus. They claim that they are better than ChatGPT 4 in all the parameter. But after that, in 13th of May, the GPT come up with the GPT 4.0, and they claim that they are much better than Claude Opus right now. So, and one day later, the Google I/O 2004 in 14th of May come up the new one, the new version that they claim also better than ChatGPT 4.0. So it's very fast moving in this area. So we have to learn how we can use this kind of technology to standardize, to improve the efficiency, productivity of the doctor and nurses. It's also interesting that it just put the X-ray and asked the Gemini 1.4, 1.5, just the picture, and they interpret that this is the pneumothorax and some pleural effusion and refracture. So it's very interesting that they get smarter to help us to see the patient. So the impact of artificial intelligence in medical education is also promising. Like we can set up the AI to do the personalized learning, because the AI can analyze a student performance and adopt the learning material accordingly, leading to a more effective and personalized learning experience. And we can develop virtual patient from AI that behave like a diabetic patient, behave like a psychiatric patient. So the medical student can learn how to interact, how to do the medical history or interview with the patient. Or we can also develop using the AI to do the automated assessment that can analyze the student performance in a simulation or a written test and provide instant objective feedback for individual student. And also the AI could predictive analytics that whose student that may have the risk of falling, or predict how change in the curriculum might affect student performance. And AI can use like continuing education as well. So there are a lot of promising area that AI can improve the education and services. However, with the AI, there have something that we have to worry about that, because this is a very interesting interview in the YouTube. You can see that this is Mustafa Suleiman. He's the founder of AlphaFold. He told that he said that over the next 5 years, the large language model going to be 1,000 times larger than what you currently see today in GPT-4. So that means they have more data, they're going to be smarter, they can have the knowledge out average, getting better than the human. And Yuval Noah Harari say that it's going to be the end of human dominant history, because in the past, human is the smartest animal in the world, but right now we're going to generate the smarter than human, which is AI. So AI is going to be the one that who dominate the history, is not the human anymore. Another technology that's going to be the promising for helping healthcare services and education is virtual reality or augmented reality. This is some example that how can augmented reality
Patient
can treat the
assessment
emergency patient.
initialization. Regional assessment enhanced with pictures and videos. Lead ECG. Vision of the whole assessment. Teletransmission of the assessment. Video conferencing with the remote expert.
And also the virtual reality or virtual simulation training in healthcare can be used, and then the medical student or intern or residency and fellowship can train as much as they can in the safe environment using the augmented reality or virtual reality. And they have the study in meta-analysis that showing that virtual reality for healthcare professional education get the same result compared to the traditional education. So that means we can use this improve the knowledge and skill of the medical staff. Another one is the 3D printing. Right now, the 3D printing can print some organ like a cartilage or bronchus or scalp fit perfectly to individual patient in the size, or because we can scan and then print it based on individual patient. Right now, they have the first FDA-approved medicine that the drug that printed from the 3D printing, you can get the dose that you want, just print it and then give to the patient. So what I have said is that given the challenges and the new technology, how can we reshape the healthcare system? This is the equation of Michael E. Porter, say that the value that the healthcare system to treat the patient is no longer just to cure the sick people, but it's going to be extended to general people. That means to prevent, to predict, to prevent, and then to treat the patient. So we should focus on prevention and wellness, well-being, instead of waiting for they get sick and then we cure the disease. And to achieve this, we need the data from the patient. As I mentioned before, if we know the gene sequencing, we know the behavior, we know the environment that they stay, and all this data from the IoT device using the AI to predict what kind of disease that they're going to have in the future. And we're going to do the personalized prevention, health promotion, and personalized treatment. That means we can improve the quality by personalized design the treatment for just for you, just for individual people. And then for the access to care, we have to develop the system that called healthcare everywhere. The patient no need to come to the hospital to get treated. We can treat the patient everywhere, anytime, because we know exactly your information before you go to the hospital. We can have the technology that remotely access your heart rate, access your ECG, access your CT or X-ray, and we can remotely treat you. You don't need to have the logistic to come to the hospital anymore. But the healthcare everywhere cannot replace on-site treatment, but we can do something that prevent you to go to the hospital too often. So that means just only to do the surgery, to do the CT scan, or whatever that need a sophisticated technology, you have to come to the hospital. Another one is that for the cost perspective, we have to change the way we reimburse the system from volume-based to value-based healthcare or payment. So that means at the moment, most of the scheme will pay when you visit to the hospital. We don't truly connect the value, the payment and value, because we just connect with the visit. For example, if you have the appendicitis or knee replacement, per visit that we have the operation for knee replacement, we pay you for a certain amount. But after that, when the patient go back, have the complication, the patient coming back and get the visit, I'll still pay you, because the payment did not related to the quality itself. So if we move the way we pay from volume to value, that means we pay you that we quarantine the outcome already. So if the patient get complication, it's going to be free. So that means you have to redesign your system. Like we don't count for the number of visits. We count the thing that you provide to the patient that have value to them. For example, we can develop the AI to help the patient to stay wealthy. We can do the home visit. We can do the tele services, but no need to have hospital visit. But the payment will be covered as a bundle. So that means in this way, the provider gonna work together to decrease the non-value added cost in the system and provide only the value added cost in the system. So in the past, we developed from evidence-based to technology-based and health technology-based. So in the future or now, we have to move to value-based payment. Value-based payment is mean if you improve or help the provider to do the innovation, offer better outcome to more patients faster, because we can get reimbursed from the thing that provide value to the patient, but not attached with the visit. For example, for diabetes patient, we no longer focus just only the blood sugar level or hemoglobin A1C or acute or chronic complication, but we focus also on the depression and distress or financial barrier to treatment, or even life expectancy, vital status. Because if we focus on just only glycemic control, the patient might get depressed, because when the patient go to the hospital, the nurses ask them to not doing thing, the doctor tell them not to eat this, not to do that. So they might depress because they cannot manage their calorie balance by themselves, because we don't have enough staff to monitor them and in daily basis. If we develop the AI or any disruptive technology that can be like a health promoter for individual patient, and they can monitor the lifestyle, and then they can adjust and advise the patient. For example, you can eat the ice cream for today, a certain amount, but tomorrow you have to do something different to balance the calorie, and you still maintain your glycemic control, but you still enjoy life with well-being. It's also the example in Sweden that for hip and knee replacement in Stockholm, they pay as a bundle payment is 8,300. The payment of 8,300 will the component of this bundle is like a pre-op evaluation, lab test, surgery, and after follow-up for 3 months, if something bad happen, the complication happen, it's going to be covered by this 8,300 already. So that means is pay per value, not pay per visit. So at Iran Hospital, what we did over the past 3 to 5 years, we have the vision to be the medical institute of the nation, driving medical discovery and advanced healthcare with world-changing impact on health system. This is our vision in the next 5 years. So that means we need the research and innovation to driving medical discovery and advanced healthcare with world-changing impact on health system. For the research, for innovation, the definition of innovation is to create new value to customer, not create new thing. The key is create new value. That means the customer willingness to pay or to pay attention to this technology because they change their life, they provide more value than they have to pay. So innovation is a thing that truly understand the need of the customer. We then develop the unit we call Center for Value Driven. So which is I am the deputy dean to taking care of this unit. We do a lot of things like lean management, digital health technology, and academic effort to change our staff, change the mindset, and the activity and the vision of this unit to be the leading national hub for the development and adoption of digital health technology. We use this model we call value-driven care model. The first thing that we need to truly understand the needs of the customer using the design thinking process. Because the design thinking process, one of the important process is empathy. So that means we need to truly understand, have the activity to truly understand the needs of the customer. And then we're gonna look at our process, whether or not our process provide the value to meet the needs of the customer. If not, we're gonna do the carry design using the lean philosophy, because the lean philosophy, the principle is to continually get rid of the waste that the patient then doesn't need it, to change to remove the waste and just do what the value to the customer only. So with this principle, we're gonna cut the waste, cut the resources that we have to do the waste thing, and just focus on the value. In this way, we can decrease the cost and also improve the quality of the service to the patient as well. And then we're going to use the IT or innovation or even develop the innovation to minimize the waste much more better to provide only value to the customer. And we do the HTA, cost effectiveness analysis, to make sure that the investment from this innovation worth for money. And the most significant thing is the job redesign for our staff. So the staff have to learn, unlearn, and relearn, because they cannot do the same thing over and over again and expect different results. Because even though we have the new technology, but the staff doesn't change, nothing gonna happen. So they have to upskill, reskill, and the lifelong learning tool that we develop, we call routine tool research. We facilitate, we help our staff to do the research based on their routine job problem. We have the team to help them in terms of the statistical analysis or research design. What they have to do is to ask the right question, and along the way learn how to collect the data, analyze the data. And if they can do routine to research, they can transform the staff from just do the routine work to be the one who can create the knowledge, and they can be the champion of their work. So this is something that we have done for almost 20 years. So we with this model, we can improve the value to the customer with the limited resources, because we do only the need of the customer by decreasing the waste in the system. So with this model, we have to change the way we work. We have to move to agile culture, and our staff have to be growth mindset. So this is something very important when we do this. This is the activity that we promote our staff by using Lego Serious Play, because we can do the team building to share vision from the idea to the thing that they can see, they can touch, they can combine together with the Lego. Team building, and we also have developed the Silat Open Innovation Lab. It is not a big room. It's quite small, but it's a room that our staff and partner and startup company to join together and then to come up with a new idea and do the simulation and prototype testing. And we have a lot of partner now that we join together with this activity. We luckily have the funding from the NBTC National Help or Committee to help us, to give us the budget to do the 5G smart hospital in 2022. And we work with international and national and startup in Thailand to do this project. In 2019 and 2022, we finished 9 projects about the 5G smart hospital. And the next step is to build the global clean and 5G hospital benchmark by developing the national medical hub to be the places that the startup and health tech company around the world, that if you want to develop the new technology, the new innovation for healthcare, you can come to us, because we're gonna prepare one-stop services and link with our staff, and then our hospital gonna be the places that you can prove out the concept and then develop your product, and to make sure that it fit to the customer need and also fit to the system in the healthcare. The first project that we did is to develop the infrastructure, invest in the infrastructure with the hybrid cloud and multi-access computing, called MEC, in the system, to make the private network to enhance user experience and privacy in Sirat Hospital. The hybrid cloud will combine with the public and the private cloud and link together with the hybrid cloud HCSO. And with the MEC, they can do the uplinks classifier and local breakout user traffic. So that means even if it's the Wi-Fi or wireless, we can do the breakout traffic, classify the traffic. That means we can identify that the big traffic is for our staff use or IoT medical device in the hospital. So it's going to be more secure and then faster, and improve the mobility to access the data in the system using the private network. With 5G, the 5G network have very fast in terms of the transfer the data, and then have the very low latency and the mass connection that they can afford 1 million equipment over 1 kilometer square. So that means they can connect a lot of medical device at the same time. So this is the infrastructure that the project, the privacy data we keep in the private cloud, but the application level we keep it in the public cloud. The second project is the smart EMS. That means this ambulance will equip with medical device and then connect 5G with CPE hotspot with the SIM card or the 5G. And when the staff go to the scene, they're gonna live stream with the AR glass to the doctor at the hospital. That means the doctor in the hospital can witness the event right away when the ambulance arrives. So they can monitor, they can advise the staff to do what they have to do, and they can monitor the vital sign simultaneously with the IoT device, so they can make a suggestion, and the smart AI will collect the data and suggest if this patient, with this condition of the patient, which hospital that should be appropriate to transfer to that hospital. So we implement this almost 2 years now. So we serve more than 2,000 patients, and we can reduce time from the center receiving a dispatch to the emergency doctor assessing the patient from 40 minutes to 20 minutes, and reduce the time to data entry in the system by half. And the patient result is interesting that we keep return of spontaneous circulation in the emergency room from 14% to 35% in the patient who have the cardiac arrest. And the patient survive to hospital admission increased from 12% to 28%. And the survival to discharge from 0% to 9%. So this is very interesting and clinical important from this project result. Right now, we work with our partner to commercialize this system with the brand of Saver. So we plan to implement this across the country. Another project is the stroke fast track. We do the lean process to achieve the door to needle from 54 minutes to 34 minutes. However, the team, Dr. Yongchai, have developed the mobile stroke unit. That means this big ambulance, like a bus, have the CT inside the bus. When the patient call this bus, you go to their house instead of waiting for the patient go to the hospital. And it's going to be improved from door to needle, from event to needle. So this is the ambulance and CT inside. However, some people, residents is very, the road is very narrow. So we work with the gas station, PTT gas station in Thailand, that we're going to transfer the patient from the small ambulance and to meet with them in the gas station. And our CT ambulance will park at the gas station and transfer the patient from small ambulance to the big ambulance to do the CT at the gas station. And we're going to send the picture of the CT to the 5G signal, and the doctor at the hospital will interpret this CT, and if this patient eligible for thrombolytic, the doctor in the ambulance gonna inject the thrombolytic at the gas station. So we can decrease the time to just only 21 minutes. And the result showing very promising that disability recovery rate at 3 months compared between mobile stroke unit to routine ER services. The mobile stroke unit improved significantly from 57% to 67%. Right now, we have almost 17 CT bus across Thailand. Another one is Smart ER project. So we developed the app that can track all the process of the patient from triage to assessment or order, and we can monitor the length of stay that they stay in the hospital, in the emergency room, and also embed with the IoT device. All the vital signs will go into the system, and we build in triage algorithm for the fast track for early warning sign to the nurses and doctor. And also in the future, we can have the AI to alert that the patient might getting worse before they truly getting worse. So, and also develop the app that can have the triage decision support for the doctor at the emergency room. Right now, we use this for almost 40,000 cases now, and can monitor real time about the length of stay or door to order in different level of the severeness of the patient. The most interesting one is we develop the AI to do the staff scheduling for the nurses. For example, if we have the 10 policy, like a shift pattern, request for specific shift, request for time off, overtime policy, staffing level, seniority-based shifting preference. All these requirements we put into the AI and then ask our staff to fill in their requirement. And normally, to do the manual scheduling, it take about 5 hours, which is about 5 days, because 1 hour per day. And when we compare to the AI, it's just only 5 minutes. And with the manual scheduling, human cannot capable to do the self-scheduling to not violate the policy. With the human, they violate the policy violation 100 times, but with the AI, 0, because they can find a way to avoid the policy violation. So right now, almost 30 hospitals across the country use this AI staff scheduling. We found that this is very interesting because with the balanced scheduling, it will improve the engagement and also the risk that the nurses who are luckily to get the scheduling that have very high policy violations. For example, they have the shift that too long, have limited time to rest. They can make error more often than the nurses that who have enough time to rest before the next job. And I think that we developed the application we call Sirat Connect, that the patient can do the register from the application. They don't need to come to the hospital to get registered to have the hospital number. They just fill in the data from the app, and when we connect the data to the government and then bring the data to the system and then assign the hospital number, they can send the healthcare privilege from the internet, from the app. So we no need to come to the hospital to approve the healthcare privilege. They can pay the payment from the internet. You don't need to go to the hospital to pay for the treatment. And you can cancel and ask for cancel or reschedule your appointment through the internet. And you can book some certain services from the internet as well. The payment is quite easy. You can do by scanning the barcode and then send the barcode to your cousin or your son or your daughter to pay for you. You can do this from the internet as well. And we can use this app to give you the queue before you go to the hospital. Once you register, you can know exactly what is your queue. And then along the way you go to the hospital, you can just register and then monitor your queue along the way to the hospital. So you can wait until the 0 queue and then you just go to the clinic. During the day, during the waiting, you can do anything you want. You can go for coffee and then monitor your queue. If zero queue, you just go to the clinic. For example, this lady go to the hospital and they can monitor this is 21 queue. When they arrive at the hospital, it's still 12 queue. So you don't need to go to the clinic. You just go to anywhere in the hospital for coffee or whatever. Until you have only 1 queue, you just go to see the doctor. When you get the queue, you see the doctor, you can go home right away, and then you can do the telepharmacy with the pharmacist to do the telepharmacy, and then we're going to send your medication to Thai Post to your house, and you can pay for the cost of the treatment through the application. So this way you don't have to stay long time in the hospital. So we also developed the drive-through services for blood sampling. That means you don't have to go to school. You just drive your car and then present your lab request, and then insert the national ID for certain health privilege so that you don't have to pay. If you have to pay, you can just pay in this channel, and then you can pay through the app, or you can pay through your credit card. And then you go to the another box, get out of the box to do the blood sampling, collect your urine, and then finish, just go home. So after that, we're gonna do the tele services with you. This is the system that we implement during the COVID-19 and still working, and a lot of more patients coming in. So it take only 10 minutes for the service. For the patient that who have bedridden in the house, so it's very difficult for them to transfer the patient to do the blood sampling. So we set out the services we call lab move. We work with the partner to send the medtech to do the blood sampling at the patient house. So initially, because they have to pay extra for about 500 to 1,000 baht per cases, but the blood test is going to be covered by the scheme. So initially, we think that the high-income people going to ask these services, but actually, it's general people that to send the patient bedridden to the hospital is much more expensive than 500 baht. It's going to be like a 1,000 or 2,000 baht. So you can call the lab move to go to your house to do the blood sampling. It's much cheaper and easier, and the patient very happy, and they send out the gratitude that we have this kind of service for them. Another one that we developed is the robotic pharmacy system in our outpatient. This is the machine that we can do the medication packages with the QR code in the pharmacy unit, and then put this to the box machine using the barcode. And after the doctor prescribed and we put everything in the system, the medication gonna push and go to the RFID basket. And the RFID basket can identify which patient require the manual pickup for some certain medication that not in the box dispenser. Our staff just bring the NFC box to the reader, and then they can get the ticket to know exactly which medication that they have to pick up, and then they have to scan to make sure that it's correct medication, and then they have to scan if it's correct, the sticker gonna come out, and then send the box dispenser to the dispensing process. And our pharmacy just scan, and then the patient can see all the medication in the monitor and also the real one. Another service is the tele services. In the future, we're gonna using the AI for diabetic retinopathy. We developed the AI to detect the retinopathy with the accuracy negative predictive value of 97%, mean that if they say that this is normal, we can miss only 2.6%. So if it's positive, we're going to see the doctor. So with this, we can decrease the lot of patients that go to see the doctor. And we develop the advanced tele services. That means if you go to this unit, you don't need to have the doctor. We have this advanced technology like to do the X-ray. It's like a digital camera, and also using the you can listen to the heart sound, lung sound, and even look at your eye or your ear remotely. And the doctor just stay in the hospital. So we try to implement this in the next couple of months. It's also developed the advanced rehab cabin. That means the patient, this is the prototype that the patient can go into this box anywhere across the country, and then live stream to our staff in the hospital. We can guide you how to do the rehab with your family member. You don't need to come to the hospital. So we are testing in this system, so we hopefully that we can help our patient across the country that have need to do the rehabilitation. No need to go to the hospital too often. For the medical information, we use the blockchain technology to develop what we call Sirirat Health Tech. Its principle is that individual hospital no need to send the data to the center. They just bring the information that you want to share for individual patient in the server with the HL7 file standard. What we did is we do the blockchain system that the patient can put the NFC card and key the PIN number, and with the smart contract in the NFC, we generate the key to open individual server for individual information for the patient in the hospital that you have the data and go into your smartphone. So with this, it's very simple. NFC attached and put the PIN number. You can access your medication. For example, you can get access your ID data, your allergy to any food or medication from different hospital, and you can access your medication across the hospital that you visit. Even though they have the different HIS, we can use the blockchain to go and then get the information. In the future, we're going to develop you can look at the x-ray, you can get the information about your vaccination. And in the future, at the moment, we test this system for almost 1,000 patients now to make sure that the system is okay. So we plan to develop to nationwide with the government. The next step is to do the e-donor tax. That means some patient donate blood donation, pellet donation, stem cell donation, organ donation, and body donation. So we're gonna put all this in the tax system, in the blockchain technology. So with this data in the national ID card, we just scan in the smartphone and then put the PIN number. You can access all this data, not in the paper, and no need to go to individual hospital to get that information. So in the future, we hope that with this, we're gonna be like the central point for data connection with government ID, government information. So we hope that in the future, this is gonna be the technology that can get digital economy in Thailand. The next project is the AI pathology. At the moment, we put the slide, pathological slide, into the digital slide. So during the night, the AI is going to read the digital slide and then tell the pathologist that the red one is probably the cancer one. In the morning, our pathologists can interpret the slide using just confirm. So it can improve the productivity and accuracy of the pathologist. And we're going to develop the service that other hospitals across the country don't need to send the slide now. So just send the digital slide, and then we're going to use the AI, and the pathologist will confirm and then send you through the internet. Right now, with the X-ray, we work with the partner to develop the AI to interpret the X-ray. For example, for the tuberculosis, it takes only 30 seconds for individual slide, individual X-ray to interpret. So with this, we can do the screening just go with the car and do the mobile X-ray and then use the AI to predict. In the future, imaging study recommender, that means develop AI to recommend the appropriate radiology examination, X-ray or CT for individual patient by referencing various data such as health history and medical imaging history. This is another project that we are moving on. Also AI for like colonoscope, catoscope, something like that. And another project is predict the uses for inventory management. For example, at the moment, we use the AI to predict how much individual particular medication gonna prescribe over next Monday. So we use the data from like the next Monday, how many patients were appointed to see the doctor, how many doctors see the patient, what specialty they are. So what is the previous medication that you prescribe for the individual patient? With this data, we can exactly predict which kind of what individual medication, how much we're going to prescribe. And we train them for 12 million records. And we implement this, and we found that the prediction error will reduce 49%, and we can decrease the inventory by 20%. You can see that the red one is the prediction, the real prescribed is the green one. So the error is only 5%, 6%. So the accuracy is about 90 to 95%. So after we implement this, we can decrease the inventory, because this is the green one that is the inventory on hand, but the red one is the dispense. So in the past, without AI, the gap is very high. That means we had oversupply. But right now, using AI, the gap is very small. So we decrease the supply, decrease the inventory cost. We also implement the unmanned vehicle using the 5G. This is the unmanned. So once we get the data from the AI that how much the medication that we have to supply, we use the unmanned to deliver the medication to different buildings. Or if it's the traffic jam because of very crowded, it's going to be the problematic. So we have the second choice is to have the driver command in the pharmacy unit and use the 5G signal to see the road and where the car is, and then can control the car with the 5G signal. So no need the human in the car. They can drive remotely from this 5G network. For the medical supply, we work with our partner to develop what we call circular economy with material that we do design phase with mono material, non-woven mono material, and then when we use it, we don't dispose. We just collect and do disinfect and regenerate material for other products. So it's going to be circular economy. So this plastic will not go to the environment, but it's going to be reused again with new circular economy system under the brand called High Trust. So this is the product that non-woven that have the characteristic of absorb the water and water protection. So we have the 3 layer of water absorb, protection, and absorb. So this is very useful for in the operating room without using the woven. So we design the site, the design that you want, and protect the tincture iodine or even the material that you used to make sure that it's not passed through that material. And also design the personal protective gown, surgical gown with our partner that design with mono material. So that means we can do the circular economy. So under high trust, so now we get FDA approved and we can marketing to our across the country to use to minimize the carbon, minimize the plastic to the environment because it's a circular economy, circular product. So I will finish my presentation with this video. Is Sirat World-Class 5G Smart Hospital.
Sibirat World-Class Smart 5G Hospital. 5G Smart Ambulance. The ambulance is equipped with 5G innovative solution for remote consultation with experts to provide real-time comprehensive first aid treatment. Blockchain-based personal health record, a solution that enables high-speed access and entry of patients' data. 5G Smart ER, the emergency department with an advanced system to closely monitor patients' condition and timely alert the physicians. AI pathology. Pathological diagnosis is more precise and faster with artificial intelligence. Smart pharmacy inventory management, the smart system that optimizes pharmacy operation for highly efficient inventory and supply chain management. 5G unmanned car, the smart autonomous vehicle for medical supplies delivery. 5G private network and hybrid cloud, the smart infrastructure to enhance the rapid data connection, processing, and storage. AI platform for NCDs, the innovative system for monitoring, assessment, and notification for patients with non-communicable diseases. The telemedicine platform conveniently connects patients with their doctors. The 5G technology will optimize healthcare experience for both providers and patients by an unprecedented level of connectivity and to raise the standard of medical treatment with high precision and efficiency, driving Sibirat Hospital to become an exemplary model of world-class smart 5G hospital.
With this project, we get the award from winner of the Communica Asia in 2020, and we get top 5 shortlist in Mobile World Congress at Barcelona in 2022. And this is our journey of the lean into innovation over the past almost 16 years. And in 2022, we get Diamond Award of Lean Hospital in Thailand. It's the third organization in the country that get this award. The next step is to cross the valley of death of the funding gap that some innovation can be commercialized across the country or across the globe by implementing incubation accelerator and space venture to invest in the good project and can commercialize to the country. So this is the pathway or the project that we want to move on. So thank you very much for listening to my presentation. So I will end my presentation now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Associate Professor Dr. Cherdchai. Anyone has a question, so you can ask directly to the speaker. If anyone has questions, please feel free.
I don't have any question, but I want to thank Professor. It's so informative and detailed presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Any more questions? Because the participants is all over the world, from Africa, from Oceania countries, some of them are from Europe, so we are in the different time zones. So that's why some of the people still on the duties of their works. So if you have some question, please directly ask to the speaker.
Yeah, from my side here, Professor. Good morning, Professor.
Yes.
Yeah, we just want to appreciate this high technology, advanced technology. We wish maybe we can exchange countries so that you can come and stay in Africa first, then we come there and use the technology. Or maybe we can partner together so that you can also help us to develop our African countries this way. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So in the case if you still don't have the question right now, okay, please feel free. You can just like type your questions into our connection platform like WhatsApp or an email, so we can ask the speakers later for the more information. So okay, I think that right now they have no more questions. So it may be my questions. Okay, so from the smart hospital of Sirat Hospital, in the case if another country want to follow the role of the smart hospital, but some of the country they still have like limited of the infrastructure. So where we should start? I ask for them because some of them are from the African country. So
Yes, it's a very good question. As the model that I mentioned before is value-driven care model, mean that we have to identify the need first, drive with the need, not drive with the technology. So that means on the initial state, we have to truly understand what is the problem, what is the need, what is the prioritize of the need, and then we're gonna see which technology which appropriate to solve this need. So that means on every project, we're gonna do the design thinking process first to truly understand the needs from the customer, from the provider in the system, and then to do the prototype testing, and then to make sure that we truly understand the needs, what is the possible solution that appropriate or relevant to individual situation, and then we're going to develop or adopt the technology that suitable for individual situation. So that means we do have to follow the process of value-driven care model that I mentioned before.
okay, thank you very much for your answer. So in my point of view, so when you want to develop the innovation or some solution for your customers or for your patients or for your clinicians, so it means like that it will be working like a team, not only the clinician side, not only for the IT people, but always involved with the technology providers and also the medical device or biomedical engineers. So we work synchronously together. Am I right on that way?
Yes, yes, yes. It's like a multidisciplinary collaboration. Even the patient or the family member have to attend the activity of the design thinking process. Mean we interview or observe or even engage with them to truly understand the need and the pain or when they get the service, and then develop the prototype and then go back to test with them to truly understand whether or not this is the right solution before we actually develop the project. Yes.
Thank you very much for your answering. So we make it clear right now because most of our participants from around the world, they are biomedical engineers. So sometimes they have some questions. But right now, the cost of this training is like upskill for biomedical engineers for healthcare support. So right now, we're not only taking care for the medical devices, but we need to collaborate together and work together in engage of some project to just develop the healthcare system for each solutions. It depends on the background of each countries, because different countries will have the different needs, as you mentioned. Thank you very much. Okay. If anyone has no more question, I would love, Amir, please, you can ask the questions.
Good morning, Prof. Thank you very much for a mind-blowing presentation. I just want to ask a question. If I'm interested in the AR pathology solution, are you able to give us a quote? I'm actually from Namibia. What will be the requirements? What will be the requirements for us to get a solution like that?
Okay. So you mean the pathology, AI pathology?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I think we can like connect with the team. What the solution that I can think of at the moment is that because the pathologist is really limited across the world, especially for the specialized pathology for individual organ. So what we can do is that an individual country can have the machine that can digitalize the slide. Normally they can have the glass slide, and then you just transform it to digital, and then you can send the digital slide to our hospital remotely from the internet, and then we're going to do with the AI and then confirm by our pathologist and then send the report to you. So no need for the patient to coming in, no need to send the actual slide to our system. So this is the very easiest way to work together. Or yes, and if you want to develop by yourself, maybe we have to talk and then to have the chat with our team to do whether or not how to implement or develop your own AI system in your country. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Prof.
Any more questions? Okay. If you have no more questions, thank you very much, Associate Professor Dr. Cherdchai, for your fantastic presentation for today. And I think that all of our participants right now, they will get the perspective of how to develop the smart healthcare and smart hospital on their own countries. So it's very good opportunities for our participants and also our staff from Biomedical Engineering College. On behalf of staff of Biomedical Engineering College and the project of under the TIGA project, I would love to thank you very much for your presentation and great speaking for today. Thank you very much, Ka.
Thank you. Very welcome. สวัสดีครับ
ค่ะ